located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back as we wrap up hour number 1 of Ocala Talks on a rainy Wednesday morning here. It is National Family Meals Month, and a chronic kidney diagnosis changed everything for our next guest. Chef Duane, after making life changes, including his diet and incorporating better eating habits, he found himself on the road to remission. In honor of National Family Meals Month, Chef Duane, who is featured on Nephew Org's The Net Chef and is a chef for the National Kidney Foundation, he joins us this morning. Chef, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
Wonderful. I'm very interested in, you got a kidney diagnosis that wasn't a very good kidney diagnosis. It changed your whole way of eating. Tell us a little bit about that backstory and how it woke you up and changed your eating habits.
Well, about 20 years ago, I was diagnosed with a rare kidney disease, and I hooked up with a medical team, and over 18 months, I wasn't getting much better. So they suggested I actually change my diet. For me, they suggested I go on a plant-based diet. And literally within 2 weeks of changing my diet, I started feeling better. And it was amazing. And over about 3-year period, I was actually able to put my kidney disease in remission. And the biggest impact was changing my diet.
Well, the one type of kidney disease that a lot of people know about is autosomal dominant polycystic kidney disease. Boy, I said all that correct. Or ADPKD, which is the leading inherited cause and fourth leading cause of end-stage renal disease. What tips can you share about eating healthy and having a balanced diet that will help with that diagnosis?
Well, it's really important because it is an inherited disease, is that you talk to your family, and mealtime's the best time to do that. So at a meal, it's really a good time to talk about your family health history. I actually have a personal friend who was diagnosed with ADPKD, and he learned about kidney disease because his uncle was diagnosed, and they were talking about it at an extended family meal. So he went and got tested and found out he had the disease, as well as his son got ADPKD. Because ADPKD, there is a 50% chance that a child will inherit the disease if one of their parents has it.
We're talking with Chef Duane about good ways to eat to help with kidney disease, because it is National Family Meals Month. I remember as a child. Now I'm 5 years over half a century, so 55. I remember as a child in the early 70s, where 6:30 at night, Dad sat at one end of the table, Mom sat at the other end of the table, my sister sat at each side of the other table, and I sat across from them, and the 5 of us as a family sat down, passed bowls and salads around, and we had family meal, and we learned about what Dad did at work and what Mom did at work and how our school went and everything. When did that go away? And now that we're trying to bring it back, how important is it to the family unit and to the health of the family that we bring back family mealtime?
That's really true, and that's really important that we bring back the family mealtime. It has been proven that people who prepare their own meals and sit down and have a family meal, they actually eat healthier and they eat fewer calories. So it's a great way to also create a more positive social environment for the family. So mealtime is truly important, and I think it's just common time for all of us to be around food. It's such a great time to socialize when you're around food, especially when it's good food.
I know that I had an accident at school one day. It didn't seem like that big a deal. I'd fallen, I'd landed on my hand a little awkwardly, and my hand hurt a little bit. And my dad said, "Hey, son, how you feeling at dinner and everything?" And I go, "Well, my hand hurts a little bit, Dad." He said, "Well, come here, show me your hand." I went over there, and I'm a kid. I'm like 7 years old. It looks a little colorful to me, but it doesn't. I can move my fingers a little bit. It hurts, but lo and behold, because of that family meal, they went and took me to the doctor, to the emergency room that night. Come to find out I had tendon issues that if it had been left unchecked, I may have lost the use of my pinky finger and ring finger on my right hand. And it was family meal where my dad asked me, "Hey, what's going on with you in life?" And I told him that I'd hurt my hand a little bit. He looked at it and was able to solve that issue. That's some of the things that happen at family dinner. People don't realize you talk about health at family dinner.
Right, and that's really important, and thank you for that wonderful example. It is important that we all talk about our family health history, and especially with inherited diseases, because that's the only time we really get to learn about our family history. So you're a very good example of why we should have those family meals together.
Not only that, but my mom could cook pretty good too, so that was an added benefit too. When your mom's pretty good cook, that's an added benefit. Hey, what are if I'm sitting down though, and I want to have a healthy meal, I want to have a nice family dinner, and I may want to try something different because I'm a carnivore. I'll be honest with you, I'm a carnivore, but I have had some plant-based stuff that is very, very good. What are some of the things that I could look forward to that I could replace my meat type deal with plant-based and still get a filling meal and enjoy family dinner?
Well, there's a lot of options and varieties with plant-based foods now. It's a great time to be talking about this. Also, if you are a kidney patient, you really want to talk to your medical team before you make any major lifestyle changes, like which types of protein and how much protein to eat. But once you've been approved by your medical team and they can give you recommendations, there's a variety of plant-based proteins you can use. You can use quinoa. It's a grain.
So good.
You can use beans, which are good. I eat a lot of whole grains and nut combinations together. Chia seeds are a wonderful protein. People don't even realize that hemp seeds are actually a good protein source.
I found a good recipe yesterday. One of my colleagues here at the radio station said she made oatmeal raisin cookies, and the binding agent, instead of milk or anything like that, she used oatmeal, raisins, and overripe bananas. And the overripe bananas were the agent that brought it all together instead of flour and milk. And you baked them for like 25 minutes, and they were it tastes like a banana oatmeal raisin cookie. And nothing in it bad for you. Oatmeal, steel cut oats, raisins, and bananas. Nothing bad for you, and it's a cookie.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it great when you can have a snack that's good for you? The thing to be careful of for kidney patients, though, is some patients have to watch their potassium and phosphorus levels. So based on the kidney patients talking to their medical team, they need to be aware they may or may not be able to eat the bananas.
Yeah.
Finding those wonderful cookies for you.
Where can listeners go to find kidney-friendly recipes like some of them you shared today? And where can they go to learn more about ADPKD?
Well, they can go to get more information about some of our recipes. You can find them at nephew.org. That's nephu.org. Or to learn more about ADPKD, you can go to adpkdquestions.com.
It's one of those things you don't think about kidney situations and family dinner being tied together. But when it's hereditary, family dinner makes the best place to get information and knowledge and have an open conversation with people in your family about hereditary stuff. So, Doctor, you've opened my eye. I mean, Chef, listen to me, Doctor, you're a doctor of food. Chef Duane, you've opened my eye up to another reason why family dinner should be one of the most important things we do throughout the day. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. It's been I appreciate this opportunity to help your audience.
Thank you so much. That's Chef Duane giving you some options for, if you different kidney issues, and if you got the family dinner is a lost art. I used to look forward to family dinner. I'd get to hear what happened at the service station with my dad. It would be cool. Mom would come home telling she'd always complain about traffic in Jacksonville. It was like she'd start to say something. We go, oh, here she goes complaining about traffic again. It was just one of those things. We all were there. The food was plentiful. You passed it around. It was family, and somehow we lost that, and we need to get it back. We're gonna take a break. Come back with hour number 2 right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
The U.S. Pacific Fleet is reporting one person was rescued and 5 others were missing after a U.S. Navy helicopter crashed into the Pacific Ocean Tuesday afternoon. The MH-60S chopper crashed into the sea about 60 nautical miles from San Diego, California. It's unclear how many sailors were aboard the aircraft assigned to the USS Abraham Lincoln. California firefighters worked into the night to try to stop the growing Caldor fire from reaching the resort city of South Lake Tahoe. Evacuation orders were expanded to communities in Nevada. The weeks-old fire was 18% contained Wednesday, as it threatened almost 34,000 homes and other structures in the area. President Trump on One America News Tuesday grades President Biden's Afghan withdrawal.
This is the greatest humiliation in the history of our country, in my opinion. This is a psychological humiliation and a military humiliation.
USA Radio News.
Nielsen says more than 30 million Americans are now tuning in to Newsmax TV. It's one of the biggest media stories. Newsmax is available on all major cable systems. And if you cut the cord and don't get cable, you can still get Newsmax. Find it on your smart TVs like Samsung, LG, and more. Just go to your smart TV channel guide or download the free Newsmax app. Newsmax also streams free on Roku, Xumo, Pluto, Amazon Fire, or TiVo. And 7 million people have the Newsmax app on their smartphone. It takes seconds to download it on your phone, and there's no paywall or subscription. So watch Newsmax for breaking news, anytime, anywhere. President Trump says Newsmax is really good, and Forbes calls Newsmax a news powerhouse. Find out why tens of millions of Americans are watching Newsmax TV and going to Newsmax.com for breaking news. It's a source you can trust. Newsmax is real news for real people.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. Peanut farmers are always glad to hear good news on the nutritional impact of peanuts and peanut butter. Another study is out this week. Researchers from the University of Michigan recently published the findings in the journal called Nature after evaluating more than 5,000 types of food for their impact on both your lifespan and the environment. Although the study doesn't list every single food they tested, you might be surprised by some of the ones they did share. The classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich, for instance, will apparently give us 33 extra minutes of your lifespan. But a hot dog subtracts 36 minutes. The authors didn't specify which type of bread or bun you're using, but that's good news in the publication from Michigan.
I love living in a rural community where neighbors help neighbors, even if we don't always agree on sports teams, politics, or the COVID-19 vaccines. We all have our opinions. Getting vaccinated is your choice, and no one can make your mind up for you. Talk to your healthcare provider about your questions to help make a decision that's right for you. GetVaccineAnswers.org has the latest information to help you decide. A message brought to you by the Ad Council.
Also published recently, the National Peanut Board said the new dietary guidelines for Americans has information about the introduction of peanut foods for infants. According to the dietary guidelines, introducing peanut-containing foods in the first year of an infant reduces the risk that an infant will develop a food allergy to peanuts. Through the National Peanut Board, the American peanut farmers have already allocated more than $35 million to food allergy research, outreach, and education. I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Thunderstorms in the area this morning through tomorrow evening. Today we'll have a mix of clouds and sunshine with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm. Humid with a high of 86 to 92. Increasing cloudiness tonight. Couple of showers and a thunderstorm and a low of 73 to 76. Then cloudy on Thursday with widely scattered thunderstorms. Humid with a high of 82 to 87. Couple of thunderstorms Friday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
It's rodeo time in Ocala. The 39th annual Ocala Shrine Rodeo returns to the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion September 3rd and 4th, 7:30 nightly. Witness the superstars of the PRCA as cowboys ride to help children walk. For tickets and information, check out OcalaShrineRodeo.com for broncs, bulls, and babes. The Ocala Shrine Pro Rodeo, September 3rd and 4th, 7:30 nightly.
Bonjour, and welcome to the French Riviera, full of dirty, rotten scoundrels like me. We are live on stage at Ocala Civic Theater now through September 19th. It is a musical comedy tale of the movie you know and love. We sing, we dance, we steal from the ladies. We do the hustle, all in a day. Now, call 352-236-2274 and get your tickets to the musical Dirty, Rotten Scoundrels at the OCT. Au revoir.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks, hour number 2 of the show. We're wide open to take your calls. 622-9622 is the number to reach.